So someone on here said that they're going to report me to my job so that I lose my job because I posted that video where I'm showing you guys the things that Charlie Kirk has said. I'm just here to say that I own my own company. I am going to tell you the name of my business because I'm not afraid. And if you want to go ahead and leave bad reviews or whatever, I mean, go for it. It is what it is. My job is to literally go out and hunt for missing farts. So every time you fart and release that kind of gas into the air, my job is to go with a bag and just like chase down the fart, collect it, and then bring it back to you. Because the issue is every time you release a fart, you are causing warfare on the nostrils of other people and contaminating the air. So my company takes care of that issue. I am literally trying to help the environment and help make our world a better place. The name of my company is Mad Fart Company. Just look it up on Google just like that. You'll be able to find it. If you want to go ahead and cancel me and leave me bad reviews and take me out of business, then so be it, you know? I guess this is now the end of my career as a professional fart catcher. And next time your fart goes missing and terrorizes the nostrils of someone else, of an innocent civilian, I hope you remember that you are the reason why people like me are out of work now. Anyways, you have a great day.
Yo, I just woke up. Y'all got me fired from my job, but I start tomorrow at my new job. Oh, look. Oh, this is my job calling me right now. Hold on. Yes, hello?
Hello, yes. Can I speak to John?
Yes, I'm right here.
Hi, John. I'm Christina. I'm calling. We met yesterday. Unfortunately, we did tell you a start date for tomorrow, but we are getting a lot of calls. I don't know what's going on, so you cannot start tomorrow. We need you to have to call corporate and see when you can figure out a start date.
You serious?
Yeah, I do apologize about that, but we are getting a lot of threats and a lot of calls to our facility.
Oh my God! I can never have a job! What the fuck?
Right now, Republicans are trying to expose and get people fired from their jobs if they mocked Charlie Kirk's death on social media. Now, let me be clear, I don't think anybody should be mocking it, but aren't the Republicans the ones who decried cancel culture for years? And now they're engaging in cancel culture. Some on the right have called for aggressive punishment of anyone seen condoning his assassination. Former advisor to Donald Trump, Steve Bannon, called for mass arrests and a crackdown on universities, while Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has directed staff to identify and discipline service members who mocked it. And you're already seeing this take place in different parts of the country. For example, in airlines, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy called for the firing of American Airlines pilots accused of celebrating his death. He said, quote, "The pilots were immediately grounded and removed from service." Delta also announced it had suspended employees pending an investigation after they shared social media posts that went beyond healthy debate. It's happening at schools and universities too. A school district in Idaho said it fired an employee who allegedly posted a video online. The school district did not elaborate on the contents of the video, but said that it was shocked and saddened. There's now actually a website where people are compiling people's social media posts, their names, their employers, and things like that to expose them. So let me reiterate it again so Republicans don't get it twisted. I do not think people should be mocking it. I don't think people should be condoning it. But the Republicans yelled for years about cancel culture and not engaging in it, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
I just got fired. Kind of happy about it.
You said I have to leave the premises like immediately? Okay. So, guess I'll see you guys later. I'm fired. You guys take care. Good luck, okay? Kind of relief. You guys have a good one.
Oh man, I feel good. I just got fired. And honestly, when they told me, I was like a little like, eh. But then after, I was like, fuck this. They're back there having their little chat together. The guy that let me go was trying to block me from saying goodbye to my coworkers right now. Like he was like guarding them or something. And then that's when I was like, okay, bye, goodbye, guys. I'll see you later. They let me go. They fired me. He looked all disappointed. But honestly, dude, I feel relieved. I feel very relieved. I mean, I'm gonna be fucked if I'm not gonna get unemployment, but fuck it, dude. As they were like having me sign my forms and shit and like terminating me. Wait, let me say goodbye to my friend Michael. Hi, Michael. I'm done. Yeah, so it is what it is. But I think the relief that I'm feeling is a good sign because I did not want to do my shift today anyways. Like, I had a bunch of number 1 lessons, and that's dealing with first timers, so fuck it, dude, I'm feeling good. I'm also shaking a little bit because I'm in shock, but whatever, dude, it is what it is. I'm gonna do me. Yeah, they were trying to be all nice about it and stuff, and professional, and they were like, you can keep the sweater and all the shirt and whatever, it's all yours. I'm just like, what the fuck do I need this shit for? But whatever, I'm free, dude. I'm free. And I think I'm just gonna start trying to do more of the things that I want to do and not worry about any other one else. That's one of my coworkers driving in the car, my ex-coworkers. He was pretty cool too. He would always like be like upfront and like just tell me how fucking draining the job was, and me and him were just both like fucking over the job. He's been working here longer than I have, so I'm just glad. I'm glad they let me go. It wasn't, I didn't quit on myself, or you know, I made a mistake, but fuck it, I'm done. It's all cool. Wish me luck, y'all. I'll be posting more content. I know what, but I'm free.
To the person that sent that video to corporate and got me fired, thank you. And I know that everybody is gonna see this video too, and that's okay. I'm not gonna say anything wrong. Did I realize that what I was saying in that video was going to lead to this? No, I would have never fucking done that. But it seems like with my life, no matter how hard I fucking try, I end up fucking shut up. But I know that everything happens for a fucking reason. And I may not know right now what that reason is, but eventually God will reveal that to me. I love helping addicts. I love helping people. This job stressed me the fuck out some days, but I didn't care because it was worth it, because I was helping people. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. My daughter is about to go to college, and I don't know now how I'm going to pay for that, but I know that I'll figure it out. And if you want to send this video to corporate too, that's fine. But to anybody that creates content, if you work at a treatment facility, if you work in healthcare, watch what you say very carefully, because it doesn't matter if you don't speak somebody's name. Just describing a situation is enough to get you fired. I did not know that, but now I sure do now. I don't know what I'm meant to do in this life. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I am trying to follow the path that I thought God had for me and wanted for me, but I just keep getting thrown in different ways. Maybe I make stupid decisions, yes, but my intentions are always fucking good.
So just so we're clear, if you are a racist teacher in the US, in Florida, for instance, it's okay to say racist things. However, if you make commentary about the fact that you're not upset or not sad for losing Charlie Kirk, you can be fired. Yeah. So racist, okay, but not in support of Charlie Kirk, not okay. I know I have a lot of followers from all over the world that are baffled by how we do things here in the US, and I'm sure this is just adding to the list. We are already in a major teacher shortage. So I can't even imagine what happens to some of our kids now. And also, if you're in the military and you're found to be making disparaging marks on Charlie Kirk, you can be sanctioned for that as well.
Breaking news, here are the top 5 companies that have fired people for making celebratory social media posts about Charlie Kirk's death. Number 5 is DC Comics. Now, they have canceled the latest edition of the series Red Hood by Gretchen Felker Martin. Now, they believe Martin made an inappropriate social media post and have decided to do away with the series. Number 4 is MSNBC. They fired Matthew Dowd pretty much right alongside with the assassination. He immediately made some remarks that the things Charlie Kirk was saying and doing led to the assassination, and they quickly fired him. Number 3, Tennessee State University fired an employee. And number 2 is American Airlines, who fired a pilot for making a social media post. If you like this list and want more about other nonsense, follow me. Leave me a comment with your thoughts on the firings of people. There have been, as some reports of up to 33 people fired since the assassination for their social media posts. Do you think this is reasonable, or do you think this is not reasonable? I'm interested in knowing. Also follow my wife Samantha, who I've tagged, and check out our podcast, Brutally Honest with Sam and Jacob. Also book me on Cameo if you want me to make a roast post for one of your family or friends. Number 1, this is the Carolina Panthers.
I don't believe in this so-called freedom of speech nonsense. Now, not when it comes to my employees. You work for me. You keep your mouth shut about people I respect. Charlie Kirk was a great American. And yes, I loved what he stood for. Same with President Trump. Strong leaders, strong values. If you trash them online, you don't deserve a paycheck from me. And to all other employers watching this, stop being cowards. Start firing people who think that their Twitter feed matters more than loyalty. I mean, come on. Why should we let people disrespect our values and then collect a salary from us? Not on my dime. If you don't like it, tough. Go cry somewhere else. I'll just hire someone who actually knows their place with me.
What makes you think criticizing a political figure should cost someone their actual livelihood and how they feed their family? Can you speak to that?
It's not as simple as that. It's not just about criticizing a political figure. It's about applauding a violent death of a political figure. It's about speaking very ill of someone who's now. It's not just about criticizing a political figure. It's nowhere near that simple.
All right, that pretty much concludes our interview.
And a hearty thank you to Faru Gray. Thanks for having me on.
Thousands of people have gone online celebrating the passing of Charlie Kirk, and many of them are now losing their jobs. Many of the people you've seen cheering on the passing of Charlie Kirk started with this man who just moments after Charlie Kirk was struck, right in front of him, was cheering on video that Charlie Kirk was hit. Then you have this woman who was a nurse going on TikTok celebrating the passing of Charlie Kirk, and now people have found out where she works and are talking to her employers. This man who wrote this entire statement here is actually in the military, and people have already alerted Pete Hegseth, who is essentially this man's boss, and will probably be trying to do something about it. You have another woman who is a 2nd and 3rd grade teacher's aide who was posting about that she wished she would have heard of another obituary talking about Donald Trump, but instead she would settle for Charlie Kirk. And this man, probably the most prominent person to be fired after their comments on Charlie Kirk, was Matthew Dowd, who was actually working at MSNBC and went on air saying some absolutely terrible things. But more and more of these videos are coming out, and more of these people are going to be losing their jobs.
Hold on, let me get it together here.
My name is Luna, activist teacher, and I teach 4th grade in Florida. It's already been such a hard year having to deal with everything that Ron DeSantis makes me do, like teach math. I am currently on administrative leave, and my principal has told me that I will most likely not be returning back to the classroom. All because I celebrated the murder of a misogynistic, racist, xenophobic fascist. Just to be clear, all I did was post a video where I was dancing and saying that he got what he deserved while pouring out a beer. I was also wearing a graphic t-shirt that depicted the moment that he died. And then I said his kids are better off without him. Really, really not that bad. And they're taking away my rights for free speech. And to think that I had at least 7 LGBTQ plus students in my classroom, and I know they need me. This is just so unfair.
Oh yeah, more people being held accountable for their actions. This teacher got fired and that psychiatrist is now getting doxxed because they put hate into the world and they're getting exactly what they want. Attention. And it's negative, just like how they were.
So I received information that I've been doxxed on X, so I'm going to have to step away for a little bit. And the AFP have been contacted, and also the E-Safety Commission as well have been contacted, because there's been a large number of threats coming through. And the irony of this situation, that all I did was say some words that offended some people, and now people have decided to take that into the real world and start, threatening and harassing and abusing people out in the real world based on their inability to manage their emotions. I even had some people say to me that apparently they made a report to the AFP, the federal police, about me. I'm like, what did I do other than say something that hurt your feelings? Like, that's free speech. You the ability to speak, even if that's something that personally offends you or you find distasteful. We don't all have to agree on things. In fact, we shouldn't all agree on things. So yeah, I'll be around later, I guess. And just think before you.
If you or someone you know have been fired by a company that is caving to white supremacy right now, we have created a website that will be up in about 24 hours called Fired for Freedom. firedforfreedom.visual.com. This website lists out businesses and schools for terminating employees for freedom of expression. There will also be a link to email us if you have been targeted by doxing white supremacists. As I said yesterday, this sword will cut both ways.
So today is apparently my last day. They just fired me, terminated me because they see my videos, man. Look, they gave me a letter of termination. Letter of termination, man. I was a bad representation of the organization, and I'm no longer here, man. This is look at this shit. Y'all gotta see this shit. They really, oh my goodness, man, I can't believe this shit.
Hey, Dr. Alessandro here, and I've been seeing lots of news stories about people who have been getting fired for making celebratory statements about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So here's what I gotta say about this. If you were fired for celebrating publicly online or condoning the gruesome assassination or justifying the gruesome assassination of Charlie Kirk, then you fully deserve to be fired. And especially if you're in healthcare. If you're in healthcare where we're trying to heal people, get people back to proper level of health, and make people better. If you're celebrating somebody's gruesome assassination, or worse yet, beyond that, which is already awful enough, you're celebrating it and then you're also insulting the widow and the children, which I've seen, then you have absolutely no place in healthcare. You would not have any place in my practice. I'll tell you that right away. So if you were fired, well deserved. And beyond that, now you can use that time to make yourself a better person, because quite frankly, if you're celebrating anything like that, there's a serious problem within your soul.
I'm just really glad Charlie Kirk just got himself fucking shot, because he's right. Empathy is dangerous to society. So no one should give a fuck that he's dead. He said it. I'm just saying his words. All I'm doing is using his words. You can't be mad at me for using his words.
I think
Empathy is a new wave thing and it's very problematic. You right. You right. No empathy for you. Zero.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save...
So Twitter is a cesspool. I don't know why I still have the app. But Jesus, right now, the right is going on this campaign to... they basically made websites to where if you were mocking Charlie Kirk's death, like they're trying to get you fired. And like, if this is not peak whiteness, like, how are you upset about how somebody feels about another person dying like that? Like, why do you think you can dominate, dictate, and tell other people how to feel or how they should respond to a person that none of us really have a close relationship with? Like, you guys are perpetuating a dehumanizing society. Charlie Kirk was content to most of us. I don't know that guy. He's a character in my phone, bro. Like, I don't know him. And so trying to get people fired for being happy that their least favorite character on their phone, or that the biggest villain on their phone is gone. Like, why are you trying to, like, it's such cope. It's so, like, why do you even think you can do that? Like, they're like tagging the FBI, tagging Donald Trump. You need to look into this. And I'm be sitting there like, what do y'all think is going to happen? But it's so funny because, like, they think it's like a badge of honor. Like, they'll wake up and tweet out, I spent all day on the phone yesterday, you know, trying to get people fired, and I'm ready to go again today. It's like, that's what his death is causing you to do, to get other people fired? Or the, like, his killer needs to be publicly executed. And I'm like, wait a second. I thought you guys didn't want this kind of violence. And again, it's so obvious. It's so obviously just white and white supremacy. It's like you genuinely believe you are supposed to tell, like, other people are supposed to feel the way you feel when you can tell people how they should feel. It's like, what do y'all think is going to happen? You think we're all just going to, oh no, they're trying to get us fired, we should stop? No, bro, the memes are going to pop off, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Like I said, this guy's a character in my phone. We didn't know him. But it's just like peak cope, peak whiteness. Because it's like, fam, you're not about to tell us how to feel about this guy. Like, it's like Jesus white supremacy runs deep, man. And I think we are seeing, I think these spasms, and I've written about it, I think these spasms are the last bit of, you know, the spiraling out. Like, they're realizing they don't have a grip on power anymore. So y'all can be taken out. Y'all the deaths of your people can be celebrated. You're not gonna control how we respond to it. Like, it is what it is, and they don't want to cope. Like, that's the other thing, bro. Like, the right has the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch, and somehow they're still victims. Somehow they're still victims. Even when they have all the power, they're still victims, bro. Like, peak whiteness.
Wow, that's good. That's real good. And honestly, I'm going to block you right now.
Guys, I get it. You want to stay in the norm. It's certain things you just can't help yourself for. It's impulsive. You just have to say something. But remember, you are an employee, and that means someone could be monitoring your posts 24/7 with or without your knowledge. And it doesn't matter if you gave consent. It's a public platform. They have a right to go on your page. Well, they can. I ain't gonna say the person personally have a right, but they can. There's no privacy right, I shall say that. And with that, you should be monitoring exactly what you say. Keep your opinion on your phone with your next girlfriend, your best friend, your homeboy, whoever. It should not be for social media when you have an employee, especially when it comes to political situations like the Charlie Kirk situation,
because, first of all, a lot of us didn't know who he was until this. So you shouldn't even feel, unless you was following him all along, you shouldn't even feel the need or urge to say anything. And secondly, because of the fact your kids and yourself and your family depends on this, aka your bread and butter, your salary, keep your mouth hush. Speak on your hotline, on your phone, to your friends, but keep it off social media. I want you to be able to celebrate Christmas this year and buy your kids whatever they want, because why? You have a job and you can afford to. Stay off social media, please.
Now listen, unemployment is too high for y'all to be out here talking reckless about this man that's dead. The associate dean over at MTSU done got fired for, I mean, what she said was not terrible, but it was not good for somebody in her position. She'd been in that job for 21 years, and they said, girl, get your ass out of here. MSNBC fired somebody for talking. Y'all better watch what y'all say if y'all got them good paying jobs. I mean, some folks out here want to get fired to get some unemployment. But some of y'all need these jobs for your, livelihood. So y'all better act like you got some sense. Keep it cute now. Because these folks ain't playing. They don't want to upset too many crazy people with guns. So they'll fire your ass before they keep it cute.
My name's Michael, and I'm on Twitter so that you don't have to be. Right now, roving bands of right-wing woke mobsters are doing everything they can to get every single person who said anything negative about Charlie Kirk since his death fired from their jobs. If you go to Twitter right now, it is literally a cesspool led by Nancy the Disgrace Mace. I like to call her Nancy Grace, just to be funny, because they can't seem to get anybody's name right, so why should I? Nancy Grace is literally going to call every single employer in the state of South Carolina to try to get people fired from their jobs. And why is that incredibly bizarre? Because Charlie Kirk left a legacy of free speech. He literally was a debate guy. Oh, let's debate everything and have open conversation and speech. Oh, unless it's speech that we disagree with. Now they insult Charlie Kirk's memory. They insult his legacy by trying to destroy free speech. And it comes from the very top. Donald Trump said, any other president would have come out and called for peace. Not Donald Trump. He called for left-wing lunatics to be investigated. They're going after George Soros for RICO. And Stephen Miller has called the entire Democratic Party an extremist organization. Nothing like the highest levels of government acting like pure fascist in the wake of an untimely and horrible demise. This is disgusting behavior from people who are supposed to know better.
Hey, so if you have been fired or terminated from your job because of Charlie Kirk, celebrating Charlie Kirk, anything that relates to this whole Charlie Kirk incident, here's what you do. First, I want you to request your employment agreement. Your employment agreement is going to tell you the terms of your employment and exactly what qualifies as misconduct. You should also get your employee handbook. Your employee handbook is probably going to have like a code of conduct in there. Now, I can't say the same for mom and pops, like if you were getting paid under the table. If you have a memorandum of understanding, or if you have something that says, yes, I'm an employee, and they gave you something to show that you are an employee, that there is an agreement between you, that should suffice. Now, there are going to be two ways that you can go with this. I am not an attorney. This is not legal advice. First way this can go, breach of contract. In the state of Illinois, our breach of contract statute of limitations is usually around 10 years. And so you want to look through your employment agreement. You want to look through your employee handbook. And I want you to highlight all of the areas that may be closely related to your termination. I also want you to ask them for the formal separation reason. In your exit interviews, at the termination, when they give you your final paperwork, ask them to make sure it is in writing what the official termination or separation reason is. The reason why this is important is because you need to go and file unemployment. I know this is scary, just happened. You need to go file unemployment now. Preserve your income.
get some benefits in terms of free legal aid as well as possible entry back into school. Now that you have your employee handbooks and your employee agreements and you know exactly why they're terminating you, you have been fired. Now you file your unemployment claim, and I need you to look up, go to Google and search your so Illinois is the Illinois Department of Employment Security. So you would put in IDES, which is the abbreviations, IDES, and misconduct law. That is going to tell you what the official legal reasons to be dismissed and what could possibly stop you from receiving unemployment. The second route would be to go through the EEOC. Now, I personally would still push for the retaliation under the EEOC, but that may be a little difficult. And so you should also look at the Department of Human Rights in your state to see if they have any additional umbrellas that you can file this under. So if you believe it was racial discrimination, gender discrimination, color discrimination, because color is not necessarily race, political, I believe you can do it for political. I'm going to look through these statuses, but this is just like a quick preliminary overview. And then also go through my old TikToks, because I do go through a quick, it's not quick. None of my stuff is quick. As you see, this is about 4 minutes. It goes through, the 6 things you need to do right after you lose your job. Okay. Good luck, y'all. I'm definitely pushing this content out. Like, I clearly understand now why God gave me this leaning. And so this upcoming weeks, you all know I'm already still in the middle of some legal battles myself. And so we're going to do this together, y'all. We're going to sue these employers together.
Breaking news, guys. Chris Pratt is under fire for his comments about Charlie Kirk's assassination yesterday. By the looks of it and the sound of it, you would have guessed he'd have said something horrible. But no, he simply just said this United States needs God, and his prayers go out to the families affected. I say that I'm not surprised, but I still get surprised. Every 5 minutes now, I've been surprised by the amount of idiocracy that flows through the veins of this country. First of all, you can't cancel Chris Pratt. Second of all, you just can't cancel Chris Pratt. There is no Star-Lord outside of him. There is no other Guardians of the Galaxy that anyone would want to watch without him regardless. And I think they've done making them anyways. But here we go again with this cancel stuff. Anyone who says anything nice about Charlie Kirk, they're canceled too. I think they're trying to have this little pushback because all these Democrat libtards are being fired from their jobs because of what they've said against Charlie Kirk. But once again, they're just mouthing off. No one's canceling Chris Pratt.
Well, this fired CNN host should be fired from his new network. This guy is one bad dude. I'm talking about someone named Chris Cuomo. Remember him? He's the one that used to joke with his brother who was sending all the people that were infected with COVID into nursing homes where they would then infect the elderly. And so you had thousands of elderly people dying, and yet he would go on television with his brother and they'd laugh and they'd joke. And he made a big giant fool of himself there, and he's continuing to do it. Oh, here, well, my friend Benny Johnson had a thing to say. He brought Benny on to talk about Charlie and his legacy, and he started to blame Benny and blame Charlie and say, well, you guys are dishing it out and it's all for money, blah, blah, blah. Can we fire him again? I know some of the people over there. I think they should take a look. Maybe I should make some calls. This guy, he wants attention, okay? And I hate to give it to him, but you got to see this.
I don't really care how we got here so much. There is a lot of blame to go around. I do not see you guys as victims. You give as good as you get. There is a lot of anger. There is a lot of exaggeration. It is all hate for profit on the fringe of this battling binary political system. My question is, now what?
Charlie Kirk has never advocated. Charlie Kirk has never advocated violence ever. Charlie Kirk was only
I'm not saying
a nonviolent, peaceful debater. He went into places where he knew he was hated in order to engage.
I agree.
Kindly and humanly
that
with people.
he was not
so
about
for you
violence.
to say that it's the same thing.
Oh, hold on.
It's not, Chris.
Hold on. I'm not talking about it with Charlie. Benny, don't play games with me. I'm giving you latitude because you deserve it, because this was your friend and this is scary and it hurts and it could have just as easily been you.
Okay, you know what this reminds me of? He's been taking lessons from Bill O'Reilly. That is like a direct move out of Bill O'Reilly. He gets Bill O'Reilly on his show now and now he's trying to copy Bill O'Reilly because that is totally a Bill O'Reilly expression. I'm sorry, Chris, come up with something new, would you, buddy? You just insulted Benny then, I guess. You said, oh, Charlie's not violent, but you're violent. Benny, did you hear him say, you guys are dishing it out for profit? I heard that. Benny heard it. Let's listen.
Humanization is wrong. It's wrong.
There's no question, but Benny.
You'll never be able to chew me out, Chris, because I'll never dehumanize.
Benny,
if I hear that Joe Biden gets a terminal cancer diagnosis, I'll say a prayer for him. I'll say that I hope he lives the rest of his days painless. That's exactly what I said. And every person that I know and respect, and I know them all in my ecosystem, said the same thing. Not a single one of us celebrated. Not a single one of us celebrated Joe Biden's terminal cancer diagnosis. Now, I can show you a endless series of TikToks and celebration posts and T-shirts made celebrating this travesty. There is a fundamental difference of those who glorify death on the left, and it is demonic, it's sick, and it's dark, and it needs to be.
All right, but
it needs to be disavowed.
Benny, I hear you.
You don't hear him. You don't hear anything. You're just looking to try and get some ratings on your really pathetic show that no one watches. You also have a pathetic little podcast that no one watches. And apparently you don't even have your video right, but let's take a listen to what he was actually saying. It's gross.
All that work and what did it get me? Why did I do it?
Speak up, when I hop about to cut, I promise I'm gonna speak up. When I hop about to cut, I promise I'm gonna speak up. When I hop about to cut, I promise I'm gonna make a scene.
Dude is a bitch, she look like a transmission. That's a dude in that bitch. Evil light-skinned nigga, Majin Buu. I